In fact, not only are we back on DDO, but we are back on DDO and we turned our mic on. Very, very exciting. So yes, after a quick trip to random indie titles, we're going to be on our Dragon Lord. Now, why did we do Dragon Lord? Was it because we really needed to try out the hottest new thing? Because we're... You know what? Perhaps I shouldn't do my intro while the ad is running. That would be a good idea. So, we're going to wait another 45 seconds or so. Just running around getting ready. And then we'll do our intro. And we're back from our ad break. Now you might be wondering, why are you running ads? You're not making money off of this, there aren't enough people around. And the answer is actually algorithm based. So, unfortunately, Twitch will run pre-roll ads. Which means that when you click on a streamer and you're like, oh, they have a vaguely interesting thumbnail, name, stream title, or whatever. They click on them and then they get an ad. And people are just like, ugh, I was kind of interested, but I don't want to bother dealing with that. So they don't. But Twitch lets you turn off pre-rolls if, and only if, you run ads. So we are going to be running the minimum required to get rid of pre-rolls, which is 3 minutes per hour. I can turn it off for half an hour by running a 1.5 minute ad. So that is why the ads, unfortunately that is how things are, but we will time them with breaks when at all possible. So we had one there just as we were starting up, and I'll put the later ones when we're going to stop for water or something else. So that is the plan. So hopefully everyone can also get water at the same time. But yes, we are back on DDO, and we are on our Dragon Lord. Now, you might wonder, well, did we do Dragon Lord just because it's the new hotness? I want to try out the shiny new thing? And, well, yeah, maybe a little. But also, I was about due for my third life. I was about ready to reincarnate for my third half-orc life around the same time it came out. So really, the timing just worked out really well for me to be like, oh, okay. I need a melee class to get well with half-orc and just going to swing a big weapon around? Yeah, that works out very well. So we have Dragon Lord. And yes, you saw that correctly, we do not currently have Ghost Touch on. If I saw the Reaper beforehand, I do have a Ghost Touch weapon hotkeyed, but unfortunately weapon swapping turns off auto attack for a full second. It's a really awkward animation pause. So I avoid doing it if I don't have to. I have all these boosts and I'm not using them. And everyone knows that you're supposed to use the boost to get through. But yeah, so we've got our Sword of Shadows. We've got all of our good stuff. As always, I'm forgetting to use my trance, because that's just a thing that I do. It's do we have a trance? Yes. Do we want to use it? Yes. Will we actually remember to use it? Maybe. Maybe not. Ooh. Just what level are you? 12. How much was that crit for? A lot. And the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure, last I checked, I don't have T5s on this character. I have prioritized splitting between different trees. So I'm not even in my T5s. I don't even have my +2 crit multiplier. And I won't for another level or two. So, you know. But when you're critting for 750, that just, it's less urgent than having access to some of the other stuff. There we go. Get rid of dungeon alerts so that we can actually hurt the red named. Because they put that thing in, like, I think it was earlier this year or maybe last year, where if you're in red alert, then red names get a ton of extra defenses. Like, oh, alright, there's an extra dude. Alright, fine. We'll hotkey it. See, it took us a little bit to start attacking again. Alright, there we go. Now, normally it wouldn't be worth it to swap, but unfortunately the same slot that my Ghost Touch is in is also my Accuracy and Deadly slot. Of course, the other option would be, I'm pretty sure I have an Ethereal Ring on me as well, so I could swap one of my rings, but I don't know. I don't know if I really want to do that. Like, do I have... Alright, I've got Acrobat's Ring, I've got Pinnacle, Rock Slide. I do not have an Ethereal Ring on me, it looks like. So, none of that. But it's fine. We will be fine. Oh yeah, we are eligible to take 13 now. Which we could probably do. Because, well... I don't think there are any other 10s I want to do. I already did Ravenloft Part 1. I think I did Tempest Spine as well. What other 10s are there that I haven't done yet? Mist, Newcomers. Oh, I haven't done the Vault of Night raids. So that is a big thing that I would do at 10 that I am not currently doing. We'll stop to fight things eventually. But hopefully... Oh, that's a Plague Reaper. Two more seconds on that slow. And we're off to the races again? No? What is this long-ass slow on me? Is that... That is harried. Okay. I guess I should have stopped longer to kill more things. It's fine. We will make do. I'm pretty sure this is always an optional, not the actual tomb. Yeah. Alright, we're down to yellow alert, which is good. Well, not good, per se. It's better than red. Oh, and we're back to red. In theory... or be running far enough in and ahead of these to avoid that. But unfortunately, as soon as a Reaper gets near me, it's just like, sorry, the Reaper swings in your general direction, even if he doesn't hit you, and you get the Reaper slow on you, and it's just, like, it's not a good time. Fortunately, we lucked out on the end position. Boom, there we go. Let's see if we can get out of here. See, the annoying thing is, there are enough guys on me to still have me in yellow alert, even though none of them are on the screen. Like, they're just that far behind. And in theory, I should split up sands, but I don't. I'm just going to do them all while I'm here. So, which means I am under level for this, but we will make it work. Oh, I suppose I should buff myself. Alright, down one side and up the other. I feel like a barbarian, but I feel like a slow barbarian. Because you don't have barbarian move speed. I do have the leap, so I've got that going for me, which is nice. We only need to kill 5, so there are 2 camps over here. One of them has 2, one of them has 3. Oh, and this one has a Carnage Reaper with it too. Let's just add some crowd control here. Alright, let's see how many it takes until I get the actual Wizard King. I'm still not entirely sure why they took away the chest here and just had the crest on the ground now. My guess is, based on when it happened, that it was around the same time they added the crafting ingredients, and there was something that, like, if they didn't do it that way, then there would be crafting ingredients in that, and it would just be like a dumb, like, brain dead sort of farm thing. So they just drop it on the ground now instead of having a chest. For some reason. Some unknown reason. Let's see, do I have deflect arrows? I think I'm deep enough into, Am I? I'm not. I thought I was deep enough into, not Harper Agent, Vistani in order to have that, but I think I get my haste boost from my Dragon Lord tree instead. Yeah, I'm not in Vistani at all, so I don't have deflect arrows. Which is not great. Deflect arrows is pretty sweet. Oh, I missed the jump. This is what happens when you don't have Featherfall on. Oh no, mummy rot. Fortunately, we came prepared. Alright, and I guess we'll put on Featherfall for this part. How fast the lion? Wrong tower. Now, if we were in a different situation, we'd go and kill him anyway for the extra XP. But that's if we had a party. We're solo at the moment, so we're not going to bother with that. We know he's not in this tower, so we're going to go full princess in another castle, and we're going to head out of here. Oh, I am on Cannith. This is Cannith. And I don't blame you for not remembering. I've been absent for a while. Don't worry, I did get the milk. And also your new mom. But yes, how have things been? Let's see if we can pull this lever while they're shooting at us. Always a little bit harder if you don't have deflect arrows. Hey, got it. You capped your Reaper points. That is a lot of Reaper points. I have not been making almost any progress on that front because I've been on the racial grind. So, there's not a whole lot of Reaper XP in racials. Oh, has it been that long? So you were last around when I was doing my hardcore push for the Bloody Footprints. Probably. I think that was about 2 years ago, last February? Yeah, I've been around sporadically since then. But not so much, not very regularly, no. But yes, cool to see some people still around. And it's really nice to be remembered, so that's cool. Let's see, we can avoid falling in the hole here. Alright, what does this say? Alright. Right tomb. Oh, we're out of sprint boosts, which is a little annoying, but no big deal. And I do not have shield up, which is unfortunate, but you know, sometimes you forget shield lives. Just run 10 R6 sagas every life, yeah. Well, as I said, I'm not doing iconics, I'm doing racials, so I've only been going up to 20. which significantly cuts down on Reaper XP. But on the flip side, it also makes the Reaper XP not matter. Because, well, you're capped. You're locked out of the upper pieces of your Reaper trees anyway. So it's just like, oh no, I only have 109 Reaper points. Well, I can't even spend all the ones I have at this level. So, I'm not missing out on too much on that front. But so, what have you been doing now that you're all capped on that? Is there another thing that you're trying to push for? Is it just like gear grinding, raiding? You do push raids? Like, what's the plan? Oh, that's right. There are always more completionist goals. Come here. There's only one king, and he's from Memphis. Yeah, I've got some good progress on racials so far. I think I'm down to, I want to say 3 or 4 more races. Yeah, I haven't played ranged in Epic since they made the change over to Hunt's End to be more of a sustained damage than huge burst number. Of course, there's a lot of other problems with that, since I've heard things like, for example, pin is apparently just not working, or maybe it's only not working on crossbow? Again, I haven't paid too much attention to the Epic Destiny changes because I have been in Heroics. But yeah. We'll see how things go in Epics. Because I think after this life, I'm gonna go on to a little bit of Iconics. I've been mixing up my Iconics and my racials because I use the Iconics to farm out my tokens for my racial lives. So that's how that's been working out for me, and it goes pretty well. I've heard adrenaline is not like the guaranteed strike anymore, depending on content. Like, apparently the changes they made to Quick Cutter, I think, are pretty solid. Maybe work on a tune on Orion. That is always a possibility. Like, if you want to run multiple servers, that is certainly one way to extend the grind even further. Oh, look at all the diseases we have. So many diseases. Let's get rid of the mummy rot. There we go. Oh yeah, I knew adrenaline was still good, but I thought the change was not that. It's just not the one that is always guaranteed to be the best for all things. Yeah, it got what, 1 second added to it. It went from like 6 seconds to 7, or 7 to 8. I'm pretty sure it was 1 second, whatever it was. Now the question is, do I do Chains of Flame as melee? Because usually that's a bad time. It's 9 now. Alright, went up from 8 to 9. Well, you still get like the clips of people hitting like 1,000,000 plus damage with it, so it's like, oh no, only every 9 seconds. But those are some extreme outliers. Like optimized builds in non-Reaper raids with like fully debuffed things and time stops so they get helplessness damage on the boss and full debuffs and so on and so forth. I might skip Chains of Flame this life. I almost always do it, but as melee, it's just a bad time. It's not great. I'm just gonna beat some dudes down. I need one more, right? Yeah. What is Dragon Lord's past life anyway? I didn't even pay any attention to it. Is it something weird like Resistance's? I thought it was something Martial based, but it's not DC's. In Lilat's name. Laylat? I think it's Laylat. We'll go this way. Oh. Is it me or is it the server? Looks like the server this time. Because I can see the... It's way easier to tell if it's like my lag or server lag when I have the stream going. Because I can look at the stream and it's like, nope, stream's fine. Must be DDO. Oh. Well, damage is pretty solid. All right. So, wait, isn't Monk just 1 damage? So it's like It's power crept monk past lives. They only give 1 damage, and this gives 1 damage and breath DCs. How dare they? Make monks so irrelevant. I'm sure it'll be fine, though. This is what I get for looking at chat. Alright, so now we gotta swim over here. Slowly swim our way out. This is fine. Fortunately, second wind is a thing. Fighters no longer suck. Yeah, the only +2 damage I know of is Ranger gets +2, but that's not +2 general damage. That's +2 to range damage only. So it's not quite the same. Oh, rolled a 1 on my save. That's unfortunate. Alright, got our fire opals. But yeah. Alright, I think that is the right way. Yeah, we haven't been this way yet. Alright, we just need to grab the things and bolt. Because this is, again, there's a lot of archers up there. I could, like, kill the optional dude there. But I really don't want to mess with trying to recall with, like, 5 archers shooting me. So we'll just bail. Oh, you're going to be... Dragon... Why? Like, are you just going to have 1 paladin because Blade Forged? Well, like, what split are you looking at for that? Like... Because I'm trying to think what you would get out of Paladin. Unless you wanted the Paladin T5s, but the Dragon Lord T5s are decent. Like, you got 2 crit multiplier. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. Recalling might be the better choice. Stance and... Why do you need stance? Dragon Lord gets stance. Like, you mean the defensive stance, right? Like, you've got it. They get Stalwart Defender. They lose Kensei. They keep Stalwart Defender. Oh, wait. I've made this mistake before. No, they lose Kensei. They lose the DPS tree. And Vanguard, actually. Stalwart Defender is, in fact, the only one they keep. Because instead of the Vanguard tree and Kensei tree, they get the Dragon Lord tree, and they get a version of the Ravager tree from Barbarian. So yeah, you get Ravager, you get Stalwart Defender, and you get Dragon Lord. You don't get Kensei or Vanguard. What, Kensei is really good? Or do you mean ew that you lose it? Because it is a relatively big loss. Oh, looks like there's an ad break coming up. So we're not going to start this dungeon. We're going to go and get a drink of water. Minute and a half ad. Get up, stretch your legs, grab a drink. Oh no! The ad finished before I got back. I am the bad streamer. I had dead airtime. I can't believe it. Well, okay, I can kind of believe it. I'm out of practice. And not only am I out of practice, but before I didn't have the whole ad situation thing in order to disable pre-rolls. So I'm still learning that a little bit. But into the breach. I've noticed that I don't know if it's half orc or if it's dragon lord, because I'm pretty sure these are racially based. But the my hit box, I suppose, seems way larger than I remember it being. Like, and I'm noticing it mostly from stuff on the sides. Like there, how I hit the guy further away with strike through. I could have sworn that in times past he would have been too far away for strike through. I gotta say, having permanent displacement as a marshal is just ridiculous. It's like, would you like displacement? Yeah. Wait, you mean like blur? No, I mean displacement. Like full 50% displacement. It's like, okay, like, I wasn't suffering for survivability before, but I'll take it. Tier 4 in Dragon Lord. It's just straight up like 1 or 2 points in the tree. No, I think Shade Archive gives you an SLA that you have to cast, right? This is just permanent, always on. Okay, stupid Reaper, go away. Okay, you can stop hitting me with spells now, thank you. But yeah, here. You have displacement. 2 points. T4. It's kind of nuts. Get off me. Oh, for some reason I thought this was a boss room. It's fine. But yeah, it's just permanent, always on displacement. And you'll note I'm still taking hits. But part of that is because I am in heavy armor, so I don't have a lot of good dodge. Why am I getting feared? I should be... I thought I was immune to fear. Oh, and the... So, one of the Volcorum dispelled my Death Ward, and then the Famine Reaper level drains me. Lovely. Fine. Let me get back to stealing your precious, like, sacred artifacts. I'm just making a run for it. There we go. Oh look, a Fear Reaper. Where did the Fear Reaper go? Oh, he moved forward. Oh, and there's a Carnage, too. I've had a lot of Reapers spawn in this quest. Like, it's way more than usual. It's fine, though. We win these. There we go. I still think it's weird that they took away some of the... They took away getting healed to full health as soon as you enter a dungeon on Reaper. But they did still want to at least heal you up for the amount of extra max health you would get from Reaper points. So they just made it that when you zone into a Reaper dungeon, you get healed for an amount equal to your bonus health from Reaper points. But that's not just when you first zone in, it's every time you zone inside a Reaper dungeon. So you can just walk through doors back and forth and get healed. It took me forever to figure out what was happening the first time. I mean, it's just like, there were a couple dungeons, like shortly after that patch went in, that I was just looking at it being like, I could have sworn I was lower on health than this. Like, is something healing me? What's healing me? And I eventually figured it out. I don't know if that technically counts as an exploit. It's almost certainly not intended. That's Carnage Reaper. I'm just going to keep running. The good benefit of this is that, unlike the other one that has the big packs, the long hauls with like a bunch of like 1 and 2 offs, you don't build up dungeon alerts so fast. Also, it appears that Stream Elements is drunk. Like, someone else in a different stream earlier was talking about it, like, some of their Stream Elements stuff not working. And then I see here in my stream, I get the go live message in chat from Stream Elements after we'd been live for, like, I think it was 35 minutes. So it's just like, huh. All is not well in Stream Elements land. Oh, there's a Fear Elemental. Fear Reaper back here somewhere. Alright, so we took out the Fear. Now we take out the Loathing. No Loathing? Okay, no Loathing Reaper. Maybe they'll add that next patch. Alright, take that out. That's 1 out of 6 down. But yeah. Oh, also, YouTube Shorts are wild. It's just like, I was not aware of like just how much YouTube pushes Shorts. Like, I made a clip on the channel of something from yesterday's stream in Slay the Spire. I think it was part of the fight against the big head, where I just had a big Shiv turn go off. I couldn't show the whole thing, because YouTube Shorts maxes out at 1 minute, and it was like a 2-minute, 2.5-minute fight. But I checked shortly before stream. Like, I uploaded that sometime midday today. And for reference, like, when I did longer form content, like, when I did like a full run and review of when they redid the Temple of Elemental Evil, that was like whenever they did that in that patch. I think that has a total of maybe 40 views. Meanwhile, the 1-minute shorts clip that I uploaded earlier today, shortly before stream, had 270. It's just like, huh. I knew YouTube was pushing their shorts, but I did not realize it was to this extent. Because that wasn't even particularly compelling or even particularly hard to do. It's just like, no, it exists, so we're going to push it out to people. Now, granted, whether or not people liked it or would want more of it is a different question entirely. But the fact is that YouTube put it in front of a bunch of people's faces, whether they wanted it or not. Oh, too slow. Got him. Alright, so we are now So that was like 40 minutes or so to clear sands. Well, alright. It's kind of cheating. I didn't clear sands because I skipped Chains of Flame. But that's fine. Alright, do we want to join Giant Hold? Well, one, the group just disappeared. And two, Giant Hold at 12 is skipping a lot. So we will instead head to Ravenloft. And we'll just update our stream title because apparently we're just going to be going through the classic horror movies. So instead of Dragon Lord versus mummies, we'll just update that to say Dragon Lord versus vampires. Done. Let's see, what rank are we? 63? Alright, so the only thing I'll miss out on if I take level is the potential for a Vaughn 5 and 6. We'll just take our level and call it good. Where is the fighter trainer? There we go. More intimidate, more swim, more balance. There we go. Excellent. And off we go. Okay, so that's 29. So rank 64, rank 65, that's 2 more points this level. So that'll be 1 here, just to hit 30 to get our minimum requirement. And then reduce cooldown on things, which is nice. Mostly for the Dragon's Roar. It's 20 seconds, so that takes it down to 2/3 of 20, which is about 14-ish. This is also 1 point. That's 1 point for 25% health, which is nice. Then, of course, we can cower them instead of dazing them. I'm pretty sure that gives helplessness damage. And, of course, crit multi. So really, there is a ton of good stuff in the tier 5 here. Which I could take points out of my racial tree, and it would probably be better. But we're going to be lazy and not bother respecking at the moment. We're just going to head off to Ravenloft parts 2 and 3. House J. Blue Water Inn. That's the one we want. Take me to Argynvost. We do not have Dimension Door, but, you know, we'll make it work. We can run pretty quick. You know what, we're going to change our layout here a little bit. Liesel's in a bit of an awkward spot, so let's move her a little bit. Let's move me a little bit too. Excellent. And off we go. There we go. I was like, where'd the other dudes go? It's like, I could have sworn there were other dudes here. Alright, 1 down, 2 to go. And we'll just take the standard path down to them. Of course, I don't know if the standard path is the same standard for everyone. Like, I know the routes I use, and I don't know if they're the ideal routes or not. Although I did actually test one of the an optimization thing recently, and I was kind of surprised by the results. And this was the puzzle wheels at the end of Vaughn 4. I was like, okay, which way can we do these that will take the least amount of turns of the wheels? Because you have to turn each of the outside wheels to 2 different things in order to unlock different things, and so on and so forth. It's like, is there a way here that is just going to be much more efficient than the other ways? And the answer is no. Like, I mathed it all out. I looked at the different orders you could do stuff in, and they're practically identical. It's like one order takes like 14 turns. Or no, it's like one takes 17 and 2 take 18. Like, it's not worth worrying about. I just start with the one directly in front of me and go clockwise. You could go counterclockwise. You could start with any of them. It doesn't matter. Like, it all just works out. Well, actually, no. I think I avoided any of, like, the obviously worst ways to do it. But I can say that the starting with doing the first one and going clockwise is not the best, but is within 1 wheel turn of the best. So now you have that information as well. I wrote it down and I worked out all the math on it, and by math I mean counting, because sometimes you don't want to do hard math, you just want to count. And now you have that knowledge too. Will it help you? Probably not, because you probably were already doing something close to optimal, because it turns out the obvious answer was close to optimal all along. It's like, should we do the High Reaper thing where, like, you pull them all to this doorway and then you close the doorway behind them and, like, split off the groups from each other? No. No, this is R1. We unga bunga time. Also note, like, that's what I meant. When we went from the top floor to the bottom floor like that, heals us. I didn't need to use my heal at all. Like, I did use it because I forgot that that was a thing, but upon further reflection, didn't need to do that. Completely unnecessary, because the game has decided that just walking between different parts of a Reaper dungeon is enough to get you healing. Yeah. Off we go. Yes, there are dudes that spawned there. We're going to ignore them. We're going to try to not run into the beam. I forget if this beam actually kills me or not. I've spent so long trying to not die to the beam that I forget if it's, like, actually will kill me when I have this much health. Because this is not some squishy first life caster. I am melee. And I'm a bunch of Reaper points melee at that. Come here. And now we get helpless. Hey! She either didn't use it early enough, or we somehow made a save. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh wait, I have messed up this puzzle, which is weird. I usually have the puzzles pretty well memorized, but we were doing it wrong. It's fine though. We got it in the end. Yeah, 27k, 6 minutes. and off to the next. I might need to snooze the next ad, because the next ad is apparently coming up in 7 minutes. The question is, can I do Raven at the door in under 7 minutes? Fortunately, Twitch is aware that this is something that people might want to do, because they know that if you're right in the middle of something, you don't want to toss everyone to an ad. That sucks for everyone. So they do provide a snooze button if it happens at an inopportune time, and not like when we're between dungeons. So we can do normal health and self-care things, like stand up and stretch and drink water and pet the dog. And now we have to go all the way up the spiral staircase. Although, circling back to the Ew Kensei, like, the only weird thing about Kensei is how much it requires you to take the warrior feat, like specialization and focus feats, in order to take its different tiers. It makes it really bad for cross-class things, where you don't get quite so many bonus feats. Alright, let's go all the way up these stairs. It's a long run. It's also funny that I have over 800 health, and I don't have my health from T5. It's just like, hey, about that. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, and then we need to trip that guy so he doesn't interrupt us. It's like, hey, we actually get good use out of our tactics, which is not something we normally do. Oh, this is a good place to put up Death Ward. And now we get hit with the little spear over, or sword over our head sort of debuff, which is super annoying. Yep, there it is. 4, 3, 2, 1, block. Thank you. And they reapply it immediately. Block. Oh, I let go of block too soon. And it deals 70 damage. That thing hits seriously hard if you don't block it. I mean, it's nothing like like as hard as it would hit in the last quest of Isle of Dread if you don't cleanse that one and you try to run it on Reaper. It's like, enjoy getting one shot if you don't block in time. But I don't usually run that because, well, the extra chests that it gives don't have named loot in them. So, yeah. It's just not worth it to me. Unless you're like just doing it as a challenge run to see if you can. Which is totally a thing. Like, if that's the way you want to roll, go for it. Alright. Come on, let's go. I'm gonna kill you. Now, we have taken some damage here. I take the vials, read the second note. Oh, I don't think this drops named loot either, but we'll loot it anyway. Hug the wall. Oh no, we took another 60 damage from fall damage. Well, we have to go back this way anyway. Oh hey look, we're most of the way to being healthy again. Yes. Alright, yeah. We will finish this before the ads get to us, which is good. And then we will take a quick break before we continue the rest of this chain, so that we can stand up, we can stretch, and do all those good self-care things. which is really how I'm going to treat any sort of ad break. Do those things that we should be doing anyway, because sitting for long periods of time is bad for you. And I do it entirely too much because I also have a sedentary job. So we're just gonna use this inconvenience to our advantage. That is the plan. We're gonna use the inconvenience to our advantage. All right. And off we go. Sunder. So nice as melee on these guys. Being a caster sucks. Well, not in general, just against those guys specifically. Alright. 28k in 5 minutes. Alright, we're gonna head back to town. I'm gonna drink and stand up and stretch. We're gonna run this ad slightly early because we just finished a dungeon and it works in. So I will see y'all on the other side. Now, the thing is, I'm pretty sure if there's anyone subscribed, and I don't think I have any subscribers currently, that they don't get those ads, in which case you're seeing me pet the dog, which, you know, not the worst thing you could see. There are worse things. But we should be back for everyone. So we have successfully pet the dog and stretched and drank some. I hope you all took the opportunity as well. Also, I have no idea how good the audio balance is because I did not double check through a monitor. So, if the background music, or me, or the game, like, if the balance is all out of whack, please give me a shout and I can adjust it a little bit. Put up some buffs. Okay, so we can't do some of the shortcuts because, well, we're only one person here. So we'll just have to brute force everything. They are, of course, immune to my imbue, which is unfortunate. Well, not immune, but they resist enough damage that they might as well be immune. Alright, that's a Carnage Reaper, but we're gonna pull everything here anyway, so I can pop cooldowns. Now, this time, we're not gonna have free healing from going through doors, because there aren't any doors. Or at least I won't be going far enough for there to be any doors. I think there might be some if you go all the way in to the Volokovich Manor. but I'm not 100% sure on that. I've only gone through there to like hit those optionals, I think once. Just because they're not super important to me. Just intimidate that lock open. Intimidate another lock open. Ha, got him. And up we go. It's kind of weird that he comes out here and he's like, ugh, sleeping on the job. It's just like, these men are clearly dead. These men have clearly been murdered. Why are you calling them lazy for being murdered? I mean... yeah, so we're going to do this. We're going to come back here. And you do actually need to wait for him. If you run too far ahead, he never advances. He'll like just come up here and he'll like say his line and he won't run forward. Yeah, it's like, oh, they're so lazy. It's like, they're dead. The bodies are right here. I didn't hide the bodies. Oh, also I let your prisoners out. So, have fun with that. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Missed one. Boom. Okay, so we did go fast enough to let him fight that fight while we come here. And this puzzle we'll actually have to solve because these dudes inevitably step on a few of the things. What? Oh, he's stone guard, because of course he is. There we go. Are you going to come out of hiding there, Blue Abishai, at some point? Thank you. Let's see. If I step on this one, then that means I will have only stepped on this one. So back 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Get collectibles off of all these. A little bit of healing. And we are on our way. Fine. We'll actually crowd control things. More crowd control. It's a shame that I don't break their DR, but you know what does break their DR? Big enough crits. Okay. Famine Reaper smacks me for like 100. I'm taking a lot of spell damage. A lot of champion casters. Perhaps at some point I should actually have crowd controlled that instead of just face tanking everything. And perhaps I should have wait, what is... It's like, how did this guy heal for half of his health? That's normally something they only do when they come out of stealth. Oh well. If I really need a big heal, I have ways to do it. It's like, I have heal scrolls. Can I activate them reliably? No. But I don't need to activate a lot of them. I only need to, like, get one of them to activate. And I've got, like, a 50% chance, I think. So, that's good enough. There we go. And we get a little bit of temp health from one of our rings, I think. But we are now out of our big burst heal. Now, I could go to the left, because there's a shrine there that would take care of that problem for us. But I don't think we need it. The fact that I am almost hitting for 1,000 there when I haven't taken my T5 crit multi is just kind of funny. The fact that the crowd control, like, dragon shout thing works on undead is really handy. It's like, what doesn't it work on? Like, at first I thought it didn't work on Reapers, but I think I just didn't have the DCs at one point, so that's what I was seeing. And there we go. Actually, what is our heal scroll success rate? 45. So 60, because I can switch over to something else. Because I can switch over my to skill mastery. That's an extra 15%. So yeah, 60% chance to use heal scrolls. It's not going to do any good in combat, but, you know, I don't need heal scrolls in combat. In fact, I have yet to need one at all, but I have them just in case. Now, here's the thing. Do I go to Amber Temple without a shield wand? It's a bad idea. But I also don't want to go back to the marketplace. So, I mean, what are you going to do? Sometimes you just got to get yourself absolutely wrecked by flame skulls. And who knows, maybe I'm just doing it for content. Maybe I just want to get wrecked by flame skulls and then make a YouTube short of it, of me saying that, and then immediately getting punished. Like, just smash cut to me suffering for my arrogance. But, you know, maybe not. That. The hooded one? My fiends bound by ancient contracts? I don't know that one. Alright. Boom. Alright, where are you? Alright, Flame Skull. Oh, and of course it's a stone guard, so I can't damage it worth anything. Oddly enough, I thought I was going to have a problem with the magic missiles, which, yeah, they hurt. But the amount of fire damage incoming was also pretty nutty. And that's with, like, 20 fire resist. You know, I just said I had not had to use a heal scroll at all. Oh, also, they don't heal for, like, anything. I thought I had more heal amp than that. Apparently I was wrong. I thought I was on a barbarian. Oh, I thought I was out of combat. Oh well. Wasted one of those. 60% chance. Alright, we have Rack. Let's go this way. So, I have actually not relearned this since the rework. So I'm doing things the old way, because I do not actually know where the guaranteed drops are. So, yeah. Oh, Plague Reaper. Hello. Fortunately, these aren't champs. They do, however, still hurt. So what this means is that I might just actually end up shrining at some point. I know, it's like, ugh. I guess I'm just that bad. I have to actually shrine at some point. It's ridiculous. Now, I'm pretty sure that was Mrak again. Yeah. Oh look, more stone guards. Who resist both my slashing damage type weapon and my acid. So, want to know, oh what, where the guaranteed spawn points are? I mean, I'm pretty sure I know where the last one is. It's like when you go up top and then you take the trip all the way down. At least these golems cast like the 10-second slow, as opposed to some of the stuff in the game that cast like the 2-minute slow, which is just awful. Alright, not there. But yeah, sure. Like, I know one is up top and around. But there's a third... I don't know where the third one is. Or rather, I don't know where Eterna is. Or maybe no. Maybe the one I know is Eterna. Oh. And I forgot that that teleporter counts as zoning into Reaper, which heals. Carnage Reaper. There we go. Alright, that's, I think, all of downstairs that I can get to for now. Time for upstairs. One down below if step in, jump down. Yeah, I got that. That's Mrak. I got that one first. That's the one I know. It's the others. Like, there should be one over here. But I don't know. I don't remember if it's Eterna or Marvelous. Carnage Reaper. Kill this dude. The shadow saves. The fact that it can crowd control a shadow is kind of weird. Hello. Alright, so it's not here. I don't know which one this one is. Alright, take out golems. There's Eterna. Flame Skulls. There's Marvelous. There we go. Got him. What I have also not seen is I have not seen the thing with the stuff. What is the thing with the stuff I have not seen? The icon. Maybe that's with the Lich. Maybe hooded one is the Lich. Let's go check there just in case. It's a decent chunk of bonus XP. Oh, there it is. Yep. I really need to carry haste pots. Not because I want to be able to run haste all the time, because they only last for like a minute, and that's just not worth it to me to try to do the upkeep on it. But just so that I can dispel slow, because getting hit by slow just feels terrible. There we go. An extra 5k for finding the symbol without Casimir. I think it's here. I think it's here with the Lich. Because there's an awarded thing there. But yeah, Resto is, of course, the other easy way to do it. Skip the cutscene. Hi. Just gonna hit you with some crowd control. There we go. Thunder animation. Alright, we got him. There we go. Not the fastest. It's like 10 minutes. Alright. Part 2 down. Then we can start part 3. Can we recall before these guys hit me? Hey, we made it. Alright. Fenricting's Tower. Lines. And in we go. Oh, I should have spent my points. I could have 25% more health. Time to get absolutely wrecked by druids. Oh, I tried to run away from it, and it did not work. Should I be fighting this? Probably not. I can always kill him on the way back. But off we go. Just hit these dudes. There we go. I do like having whirlwind attack. Like, yeah, strike through is good, but whirlwind attack to hit like everything around you. Very convenient. Now, normally I don't bother killing everything in a pack, but wolves, well, they trip you, and I don't want to deal with that, so they all get to die. Oh, I was going to skip this pack, but then they had a Reaper. Adding to the list of things that the Dragon Lord Shout works on. Plants. Works on undead, works on Reapers, works on plants. Works on pretty much everything. I guess we'll kill these anyway. Alright, one mold. No mold there. Alright, mold number 2. And number 3 gets me ambushed by skeletons, which is fine. Soundburst done. Rolled a 1. Fortunately, standing perfectly still in the middle of a group of mobs doesn't hurt me that much when they're melee. And now we get to bail out. This way. This is the way out. Off we go! Now, I did see a group up for part of Sands, so I'm going to be checking that periodically. Yeah, see, they're in that chamber. So, if they hit Chains of Flame, I'm going to hop over there. Just for, well, for the obvious reasons that I like flagging for raid when possible. Oh, hey, look, the Charm of Purification. There we go. It is time to nuke the boss and then run away. Hello, boss. Some tricky movement there. Dodges my opening crit, but this is fine. Boom. I got hit by Creeping Doom, so I can't open the chest. There we go. Get through there. Now we can run. Because I don't care about killing those plants. Like, would they help me with progress in the monster manual? Yes. But there are plenty of other plants for me to kill that are not there, like, after the quest is already completed. Alright, off we go. Yester Hill. I keep forgetting to spend points while I'm in town. It's fine. We will make do. Alright, what do we have? Alright, we're on a timer. Let's see if we can get to the end before I have to snooze an ad. Based on my understanding of how fast I can run this, I'm going to have to snooze it. Because I don't think I can finish in 3 minutes. Well, not a dungeon at least. Do, 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 do. Yep. They're certainly emerging from the mists and attacking. So one of the weird things to do with the Dragon Lord crowd control is that it has some standard spell targeting problems. It is like a pretty narrow cone in front of you, but if you have something that's like slightly behind you, soft targeted, it won't go off, which is annoying, but it's not the worst because when it doesn't go off, it also doesn't consume its cooldown. So it's just it doesn't go off instead of like dry firing. Alright, now I'm completely locked down, so I can't move. Honestly, after I killed that first set, I thought I would be out of red alert and down to like yellow. This is so much easier as like a caster who can nuke and run. So, like, if you can just drop a nuke so it kills like maybe half a pack, like so you can just kill like half of each pack as you're running. Well, that's twice as many pack. Oh, that's a double Fear Reaper. Hello. Get crowd controlled, please. No, I asked politely. Still at orange, even with killing these dudes? Well, we're going to be at red alert for the boss, which is not great. Oh, wait. I just news an ad. We only had like 10 seconds left. Yeah, as soon as they aggro, it's going to be red alert, and that means he's going to get so much defenses. So I'm just going to have to take it the slow way. Yeah. Hitting for orange. Oh, yep. They backed off. There we go. We can finally deal damage because the guys who I'd pulled probably in the very beginning finally left. Well, finally dropped aggro on me, so I was down to yellow alert. So I do some damage instead of no damage. There we go. Yep. You go down. Hit that. And there we go. All right. I'm going to clear some inventory space when we get back to town. So I'm going to just start an ad here while I clear inventory and spend some points. And I'll see y'all in a minute and a half. Okay. 1 point here. Alright, we have 1 point. We can get... Our roar actually, like, makes things helpless. We can get a bunch of health. We can get... Dragon's Roars up more often. So, faster roar, better roar, health, and MRR, or crit multi. We're going to go for health and MRR. Mostly for the MRR, really. Eras. Unfortunately, we are not like a firecaster who can just absolutely annihilate this place. But, you know, we make do with what we've got. There we go. Scarecrow's down. Alright. There we go. There we go. A little more of that, a little more of that. The problem with me doing something similar to that is that I keep getting into positions where I actually have like dungeon alert slow on me, so I try to like jump to get a good angle for my dragon's breath thing, and then I can't do it because I'm like stuck in the middle of a pack, which is a skill issue. Really, that's literally what this is. This is I keep messing up my positioning. Oh hey, I've had public groups this whole time, and just now someone joined me. Go figure. Alright. Let's see if we can get all the scarecrows and not leave like random stragglers behind. Howler Madness, lots of stacks of Howler Madness. There we go, use that. See, look at the range of that. See, in theory, this is where I'd need to use a defensive cooldown. Oh, I'm afraid? That's not good. Why did I think I had immunity to fear? Oh, immunity to fear is later on in the Stalwart Defender tree, which I am not going down into yet. I forget if it's 11 points or if it's 21. It's in one of the cores, but I forget if it's the third or the fourth. I will be fear immune at some point, but I am not currently. There we go. Oh hey, we got healing and buffs going? Pretty sweet. But yes. What is it? Yeah, it looks like it's 21 points, so we're not going to be fear immune for a long time. And off we go. Here we go. We're off to the races. We'll see if our cleric friend here decides to go nuke the dretches in front of the hut. Because dretches, unlike the constructs that are scarecrows, take a bunch of extra damage from Holy Smite. Well, let's see. I think there is a... There we go. We got some crowd control off on the Famine Reaper. Go, get some cleave going on. He can run him through that wall. That's perfectly fine. And we're good to go. It's like, are we going to run through this camp because we don't care about them? Yeah. Yeah, we are. Okay, I'm going to smite, and they all fall over because smite is super effective against dretches. Alright, and in we go. And we get healed for it, because we're in Reaper mode. There's the knockdown. Alright. Alright. Good deal. Just one left. Dear Abby. Dear Abby, please destroy Strahd. Thank you. I mean, it's not the most inspired Dear Abby post ever, but I like to think that it gets the message across. Okay, off we go. Alright, what do we got? Okay, so it's in the wine cellar. Alright, there's nothing over here. The blessing is in the shadow of the trees, which should be at the very end here. Maybe we'll pick up the key to the door on the way. Nope, they're not there. Oh, there it is. Tarnished key. Convenient that the key is here and the defense shrine is here. They nerfed this a while back. It used to be a super strong defensive thing. Like, it would give you... I know when I was soloing, it was basically worth, I think, 2 skulls or so. Like, oh, I can solo most things on R3, but this, because you can get the defensive shrine, R5. Alright, and as we said, the Sun Sword is down here in the wine cellar. The default hotkey for the for dialogues like that, by the way, is Control and then F1, F2, F3, whatever, matching to the dialogue option. Like the first one is Control F1, the second one is Control F2, and so on and so forth. Off we go. We'll see if I'm screwing over my teammate here. Because sometimes when you go fast, it's not just that they don't hit you, it's that you like aggro them, and then the first person they see is the one behind you. Fortunately, in that particular case, if I've got a bunch of shadows surrounding me, he can walk up and Holy Smite, and they're just gonna die. Flesh golems? Yep. Still crowd controllable. Excuse me. No, he's relatively squishy, in fact. Go figure. I guess I'll just body block the door. And then I'll crowd control these guys. Oh, a Fury Reaper. Oh, and a Plague Reaper. Well, I did land the Intimidate, but they're not super responsive. So it's like, Intimidate, and I'm gonna... Alright, you succeeded on your Intimidate, but I'm gonna hit this dude one more time, okay? Okay. Oh, and he can turn them, too. I wonder if he invested in turning. I think you'd have to still have anything effective by this level. At least have the, like, 6 points or whatever it is you need for the, destroy on turn instead of, like, just turn on turn. Let me go gather up some other shadows over here for you. Like, I'm actually serving a purpose as kind of a tank here. It's like, I know that his smite can do all these things a whole bunch of damage as long as stuff is grouped up. So it's just like, yeah, come on stuff, group up on me. This is fine. You're going to get absolutely destroyed by the light spells of this cleric, which are going to do like double damage to all the dudes in here. Alright. Unfortunately, Esmeralda is here. So we might need to try to intimidate Strahd to get him to come into the pool. Wait, I did put points into Intimidate, right? Oh. Oh, look! A Reaper! Alright, yes, I do have points in Intimidate. It helps me pick locks with my face. Let's see, what quests would I even do after this? Because these are my normal things in this range. Like, because we didn't do... Well, I guess we would take 14 and head to Lord's March. There's both the Planar Eyes quests and the Diplomatic Immunity chain. Or Impunity, rather. So, those are good for 12s. Like, there aren't that many 11s that I normally run. Like, I don't run Dreams of Insanity. I don't usually run the Delira's 11s. Made to Order, Spawn of Whisper Doom, Necro 3. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that I don't generally run. So, taking 14, no big deal. We take 14, and there's a bunch of 12s we can do. And then... there are also a bunch of 13s, because 13s mean you can start Giant Hold. And also, of course, you've got Lord's March 2. Lord's March 2 is also decent. Alright, buddy. Come on. Alright, I have intimidated you. Follow me into the pool. And of course, Strahd in the pool with a cleric casting casting light spells. I don't know how much like he hit him for, but it was a lot. I think Strahd takes double damage in the pool. And he also takes double damage from being undead to, not Sunbeam. Not Sunburst. Solar Beam? There's one of these beam spells that explicitly says, like, deals double damage to undead. And it absolutely blows things up. Single target, unfortunately. But, it could be worse. Alright. There we go. So now we're going to head to Lord's March. We need to update. Update our title. He's going to order a blood. Or offering a blood, rather. Oh, I wonder if they did chains and I missed it. Oh well. We'll go back to solo. It's perfectly fine. We will survive. Take me to Guild Airship. We'll refresh our buffs, even though we've got 2 hours left on them. It's fine. Then we will go ahead and take 14, because there aren't any 11s left that we want to run. And we'll go to Lord's March and do eyes. And let's see, what is the next point we're going to do? Because we have 1 point. Let's see. We take Intimidate, we take Swim, we take Balance. Oh, we get a feat at 14. Okay, right, yes. We don't want an exotic proficiency. We don't want a second improved critical. We could take, like, heavy armor combatant. Oh, no, master for 9 and 9. We don't want combat expertise or cleave or improved sunder. All right. We could take stunning blow, but knowing myself, I probably wouldn't use it. We could take weapon focus for what, 2 MP? Yeah, 2 MP. You know what? I'm going to take 12 MRR and PRR. Because that's a lot of MRR. And certain things have been hurting a little bit. Plus 2 MP is not going to make or break anything at this level. Alright, so what do we want? We can reduce the cooldown of stuff, or we can make it do stuff, or we can get bigger crits. I think, actually, my crits are no longer one-shotting. So I think we're just going to put in next 2 into crits. So we're rank 67. We get 3 more points after this. 1, 2, 3. And by the end of level 14, we will have our T5s filled out. All right. Element of Chaos. Off we go. All right. Good deal. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I missed the first one. Yep. I got distracted by the dude. Now, in theory, I forget what the average is. Perfect circle, alright. But there is a site called like Human Benchmark that measures a bunch of different stuff like reaction time, and there's a similar puzzle to that that's basically just like how many things can you remember in a sequence. And I think the average person can get up to 8 or 9. Or maybe the average was like 7 and I got 8 or 9. In any case, so basically what I'm saying is 5 is something that should be pretty easy for people. Also, yeah, if you can join in, that'd be cool. But yes, we are on our way. We can go the distance. So I don't really know the difference between coward and dazed, except that I'm pretty sure they're not helpless until you take the upgrade. Now, the thing is, I didn't take the extra helplessness damage out of half orc yet. I only miss on a 1, so getting like multiple misses in a row is just kind of annoying. But do you have any idea what you're going to do for your next life? Besides, obviously, if you're reincarnating and you're going to join me, then clearly you're doing iconics. Oh, that's some lag. Oh wait, you said it earlier that you were doing like a paladin fighter thing with Dragon Lord. That's right, I can pay attention sometimes. Not forever, but sometimes. What kind of Reaper is that? Carnage? Yeah, going from 20-second cooldown to like 13, 14 is going to be huge. Because it's basically like, is it going to be up for this fight or not? Is going to change. Blade Forge Dragon Lord, yeah. So you're going to have at least one Paladin, because it's Blade Forged, not Purple Dragon Knight. Dazed is helpless? I didn't know if that this stuff was actually reliable, that it would be the same. Because, like, not all stuns are helpless. Like, Dance isn't helpless. I don't know if Stunning Blow is helpless or not. There we go. There we go. I didn't want to fight him where he was because I don't have freedom of movement on. So it sucks to fight on ice. Yeah, I forget how many you need for the Paladin saves thing. Like, I think you start getting it at level 2, and I know that it caps based on your Paladin levels. It's like, you get your Charisma bonus to saves up to, like, 3 plus 2 times Paladin levels, or, like, 2 plus 3 times Paladin levels, or something like that. Alright. let's see if we can get lucky on the clues as we find them. Okay. All right, where's the disgruntled worker? Oh, there they are. Oh, there we go. Union member, chatterbox. Yeah, like stuff's got like 1700 health now. Oh, there's Caleb the Snitch. Okay, off we go. There's the cultist hood. Come here, you. All right, so where's the halfling corpse? Oh, it's over here. Okay. Like last time I was in here, I didn't have True Seeing, and True Seeing just makes this whole thing way easier. Oh, wait. We got enough to accuse Bernadotte. Convenient. Alright, off we go. If that one's the right one, then... no such luck. So it wasn't the right one. Bloody Feather. Loud Kobold. Alright, what's behind here? Oh, it's Hero's Soul. There we go. Okay. It's unfortunate that the first one that we got the evidence for was not the right one, because that would have been a nice quick run. Hey bro, that is a lot of magic missiles. Okay, so yeah, it would have been really nice if it'd been the first one. Shiny Mancer down. Nothing super interesting here yet. Okay. He apparently didn't pacify all of them. Also, I'm a little bit short on evidence here, which is unfortunate. We got a nice focused set of evidence for the first person, and now it's like all spread out. They're all equally at 2. Alright, this is probably not the right routing, but I'm going to come from the top down on the other side. So, yes. So this quest could have been over very quickly, but unfortunately it was not. What? Oh, because I accused the union leader, these dudes up top are aggroed now. Interesting. I actually didn't know that. Any evidence in here? No, just pews everywhere. Pew pew, pew pew. So many pews. Oh, ad starting soon. Oh, looks like we have an ad. Probably. Alright, what's in here? Okay, these guys go down. This is a chest. Okay, well, because there's an ad playing, we'll just go ahead and shrine. We'll shrine, give ourselves a little stretch. All right. You don't. Interesting. Because my dashboard says there's an ad playing. Or at least it was. Perhaps it's slightly behind. Well then, I'll need to be more careful of trusting the actual timing on those. If it's not giving me accurate data, how am I supposed to make accurate decisions? Also, if these guys won't give me evidence, how am I supposed to make accurate accusations? Like, seriously now. I got so much evidence to start with, and now it's just like, no, you need one more piece for each person, and we're not going to give you any of it. Okay. Time to double check other places. So yeah, I don't see anything here. We already talked to the chatterbox person. What else do we have? Oh, we can actually go in this door now. Clarissa... Clarissa is... I have to get into the spot behind that, I think, don't I? Like, isn't that behind the... Yeah, it is. I was like, she's behind this door, I think. Yeah, when I walked up, though, it wasn't doing the thing. It's like, I swear it's behind the dragon painting. Well, we were going quickly for a while, and then we weren't. It's fine. But yeah, Dragon Lord's been pretty solid so far. Then again, a two-handed fighter with half-orc and racial points is gonna feel pretty strong regardless. I'm still wondering where, like, there were probably 6 pieces of evidence left, but I didn't think I missed, like, a full wing of areas. Alright, seizing the dawn. Let's see. Not this. Crest number 1. We'll stop and fight them in a second. But right now we still have sprint boost on. Yeah, see that there. It failed because there was stuff. Oh, that time it failed and went on cooldown. Alright. There's a lever down there, as always. Is there a crest up there? There is a crest up there. Off we go. There's 2 crests. Actually, this quest is convenient in that it actually tracks the crests in the quest tracker. So you don't need to, like, just keep track like some of the Sharn quests. Everyone's just like, I got one! I got one! I got the 3rd one! It's just like, no. It actually just straight up tells you. It's like, yep, this is the 1st one. Oh, we got a Famine Reaper. Again, with the rolling 2s. Alright. Things are getting way healthier. There we go. So, my Intimidate is not quite up to the task. What are my rings? There is a ring I could put on that's pretty decent that I know has Intimidate on it as, like, kind of a secondary stat. There we go. We got our first over 1,000 crit because it was on a helpless target. But I don't really have that much helplessness damage, I don't think. Like, I don't think I've spec'd into it any. Let's double check that in our character sheet, actually. I don't know what... I don't remember what the default is. Like, if you don't have anything extra. 5%. So helplessness doesn't even really help me much. Or maybe that's like the bonus on top of what you get by default. Oh, look. The last crest. Time to run. Gotta run fast. And then, time to remember the passcode for these orbs. By remember, I mean solve. Because I don't actually remember it. The trick to me is, or at least the one I use, is that all of the solutions hit each of the buttons once, and then another button a second time. So I just need to watch and see which one I want to do. Alright, so that's those, and those. Oh, no, that was the wrong one. I need the one that moves the ones on the left-hand side. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, so third one. There we go. Honestly, you could also look it up on the wiki, but I think doing it in that way is probably faster than trying to dig in the wiki, especially if you don't have like a 2-monitor setup or anything. Just hit each one once and watch which ones move, and you should be able to figure out like what is the 5th one to hit. I'm a terrible Zerger. I'm stopping to hit things. There we go. Question is, can we get through here without eating like a minute-long slow debuff from some golem? Alright, we're out of line of sight of the golems. Can we make it? Can we make it without getting slowed? Great success.
This place relied upon secrecy to protect the eye. That time has clearly passed. Very well.
Alright.
You would be the one to bear it to safety.
Of course I missed the Sunder. So healthy. Well, at least I can land crits on him. There we go. 16k. How much XP was that optional worth anyway? 400. So not worth the side trip. No, definitely not worth the side trip on that. And off we go. Oh, interesting. I missed that message about the ad timing. That when I said the ad started, you got it a full minute later. That's not ideal. If I'm trying to time my breaks with that, then that's no good. I wonder if there are a couple options here. One, it just shows me a slightly different timing and there's a standard like stream delay kind of thing going on. Another is that not everyone gets an ad at the exact same time. I'm pretty sure that is incorrect. I think the ads are synced up. So what I could do is like open the stream in an incognito tab and see when that... are you going to cap? Because if you're going to cap and you're going to be in like Legendary Dreadnought where Improved Sunder does 75% fort reduction, then yes. And if you actually remember to use Stunning Blow, which I do not, then yeah, it's really good. And you're going to get a lot of extra bonus things to your what? To your DCs. So it's definitely worth it if you will remember to use it. Alright, off we go. I was just thinking, it's like, oh, I need to switch to my... Oh, seriously? That's blocked off? Ugh. I never did figure out exactly what here has invisible walls. It's like, I'll just jump up there. No, you won't. Why not? Because there's an invisible wall there. There we go. Alright, off we go. I suppose the difference is, like, are you going to stay at Cap? Like, it's one thing, it's like, yeah, I'm iconic, I'm gonna have to go to Cap. It's like, okay, sure, great, yes. But if you're not gonna run stuff at Cap, then taking something that takes advantage of, like, a T5 iconic, or not iconic, Epic Destiny, still isn't a great idea, because it's like, well, you're not gonna use it ever. But if you're planning on hitting Reapers at Cap and all, or raiding, where it's like, well, most people should be running enough Fort Bypass, but let's be real, like, if you're in a random pug raid, there is a non-zero chance that a lot of people there aren't running very good builds or very good gear or anything. So bringing a 75% fort debuff to raid is handy. Especially if you, as Dragon Lord, are going to want to be using it to apply extra damage from your imbue. Since they do have the extra imbue damage on Sunder. And Trip, for that matter. Of course, I don't know if it's actually worth it as a two-hander. Like, if you're not attacking that fast, is it worth building imbue dice? And this is not me saying that it's not worth it. Or it's not me saying that it is worth it. It's me saying, I haven't done Dragon Lord at Cap, and I haven't done any theory crafting on it, so I don't know if it is or not. My best guess would be that it's going to be like something nice to have, but not worth building around. There we go. It's like, it's some nice bonus damage, but it's nothing to write home about. Okay, so we're gonna climb this. So like how you cheat a barbarian imbue? Yeah, something like that. It could be like that, or like the Knight of the Chalice imbue. I think that's a similar one. It's just like, I mean, it's nice to have a little bit of this light damage, but primarily I'm swinging a big ass sword around, so that is the main feature of the build. That said, you can run Knight of the Chalice on 2-weapon fighting. Particularly, I actually ran a split with it on 2-weapon fighting with long swords. I was centered as well. I don't recall getting too invested in the imbue, but it's definitely gonna add up to a bit more than just like if you're on a 2-weapon fighting build, or a 2-handed fighting build rather. 2-weapon fighting, it's better than 2-handed fighting, just because you're hitting with 2 weapons. So clearly it's better. I used to get lost in here a lot until I figured out that there are like 1 or 2 trap altars. Like, most of the time you're gonna go in, you're just gonna hit whatever altar you see, and then there's the one place where you need to turn left to go up the like handhold ladder thing. But besides that, it's just like, you just go to the next altar, and it's not that bad. The problem is, if I have to like go back for someone, or otherwise get off schedule, finding my way back to the correct route is tricky. Or it can be tricky. Because one of the things I use to find my way through are like, well, which doors are open? Like, do I know which way to go? It's like, well, I can see which ways I've already gone. So it's like, oh. Well, now that I've gone back, I don't know which of these ways that I've gone is the correct one. Okay, I think return to reality is the correct thing to do here, but I forget. It might not be. Nope, it is the correct way to do it. There we go. All right. Excellent. How are our buffs doing? We don't have buffs anymore. Or it looks like we never put them up in the first place. So now we just need to wait for them to throw us into the fight, and we'll be good to go. Should I pick less of the weapon specializations? Probably. Like, you don't need that many. Like, I invested those bonus feats into dodge, mobility, spring attack, and whirlwind. Like, that's where my bonus feats went. Because I like spring attack and I like whirlwind. And as a fighter, I can take those at, like, very little opportunity cost. Like, you're probably got... Like, if you pick the weapon specializations, you've got, what, like, 2 to hit and damage and 8 melee power? Which, you know, isn't bad. But I got dodge, mobility, and spring attack and whirlwind for that. Oh, I rolled a 1, so I got knocked down. There we go. Hooray! Great success. Got it. Still, 27k, even if it did take 10 minutes. What is Sight of the Sleepwalker anyway? Potency, Accuracy, Seeker, Deception. So, it's a Eldritch Knight item. Because it has Accuracy. It has all of the stats that you want in order to hit things. That's actually not bad. How many points do I have? 1. More crit multi, because things are not dying on crit. Okay. Gonna start some diplomatic impunity. Which is a little annoying without a dimension door, but we will get through it. And yeah, I know I could go get, what is his name? Malachi the Pious, or whatever his name is? Mikhail? The fighter hireling who will actually have the dragon mark for Dimension Door. Human fighter. Is that a double Carnage Reaper, like, as soon as I came in? It certainly is. We'll fight him in a minute. Now, why am I not fighting them now? Well, because I had my haste boost up. Or my sprint boost up, rather. And I can fight them... I would prefer to fight them when I have an action boost for, you know, actual offensive power. So, we know that right now, there are 2 Carnage Reapers who are aggroed on me. I guess we'll use another sprint boost. was going to say because why not, and the answer why not is that if and when the Carnage Reapers teleport to me, it would be advantageous to be able to hit haste boost instead of having it on cooldown because I used sprint boost. Oh, then there's a champion slow debuff as well. If you guys could have just waited for me a little bit. I had to come back this way after I talked to the dude. Alright, and off we go. Alright, and back we go. This is where Dimension Door would be super helpful, but we don't have it, so we will make do without it. I'm sure that I probably should have fought them, but, you know, we'll see if we can get some stuff on the way. Might take out the mages like that. Of course, some mages are harder than others to take out. But I mean, I don't see Freerin in here, so I'm not too concerned. Then again, she could be here just hiding her mana, as she does. Just chilling somewhere else, waiting to kill some demons. But we don't need to worry about that, because we're not demons. Probably. Potentially we're speed demons. Oh look, double carnage. Crowd controlled double carnage. Alright. Oh, and we're hamstrung. Boo. Boo, hamstrung. I wish that it were easier to get hamstring guard. Like, it's on like 2 items, and they're not very good items, so they're not worth taking. See, I don't even think I invested points into extra action boosts, because most of the time, because I'm using some sprint boost and some haste boost, I've got, like, boosts to spare. But this time, not so much. Because we have to run back and forth a bunch of times, we're just going to end up using our sprint boosts a lot. So what we're going to do here instead is we're going to save our last sprint boost for the part right before the boss. And we'll see how well that goes for us. Yeah. But it feels so slow now. Feels so slow running at normal speeds. Oh, maybe part of it is because something landed an exhaustion on me. That's fine. We can remove that. No big deal. Alright, my dashboard says there's another ad in 2 minutes. The question is, can I finish this in 2 minutes? Maybe. That's a definite maybe. I don't know. It might take me 2 full minutes of running to get to the boss. There's a lot of running in this quest. Well, if you're solo, that is. There's much less running, especially because they removed the gather requirement here. Alright, sprint boost. Yeah, even with the extra crit multi, stuff is not dying in 1 hit, so... Yeah. We'll probably get up to orange before he calls him off. Alright. Well, you can join in for the last bit then. Just in time for the boss. We will snooze this ad, which gives us another 5 minutes, which is enough for like a quest and a half. So, yeah. There we go. But yes. So our next 2 points that we're going to get at rank 69 and 70 oh, and he's in. So off we go. Just like, yeah, he's got 10,000 health. Alright, take these dudes out, then we're gonna take a second to loot. And this is a good quest for getting items that have Reaper bonuses on them, because the drop rate on the name stuff is super high. I mean, you wouldn't know it from this. Oh, yeah, we did get one. Okay. Alright. Yep, grab your gear. You mean you don't want to come in just the iconic gear? Though, to be fair, the iconic gear isn't bad. It covers, like, all your basic stats. It just doesn't have things like set bonuses. Or, of course, if you only leveled to 14 because we're doing 12s, then obviously you won't have that gear. And you also won't have your Sean gear, but that's a different matter. But, yep. Wait, no. Not Eyes of Stone. Next. Framework. Alright, we want to get that wand out. There we go. Let's see how long it takes the grubs to notice me. Because sometimes it takes annoyingly long, and it's just like, hey, let me in. And they're like, I don't know, I didn't see you there at the door. Are you sure that you want to fight us? And I'm like, yes, I'm sure. And they're like, no. But yeah. Alright, well, while we wait, we'll click that button. So, yeah, I did click the add button. So if you're hearing this right now, then the add button lies. And I do not care about extra chests. We're just going to go this way. Do. So we're just killing dudes, killing more dudes. There we go. I want to take the shamans down because they can cast annoying spells. Because of course it's a hero's soul. Okay. Oh, interesting, interesting. I'm surprised you got one when you started, because the whole reason I'm running ads is to make them not run ads when people start. Unless you, like, joined immediately in, like, the first 5 minutes of the stream, in which case, yeah, that's why. Interesting. No, I don't need to destroy it. I can just use it. It's 100 XP, after all. Yeah, let's eat all these tiny ones that are just taking up inventory space. Oh, and destroy that. Destroy these. Yeah. Yeah, that's because that was before I ran the first ad. And therefore, it's, Alright, the ballista put me in the wrong place. This is fine. But yeah, you should have gotten a pre-roll then. But besides that, it should have been a minute and a half ad every half hour. And of course, I just manually ran one. Because, and why that specific amount? Because that is the absolute minimum that I need to do in order to get them to not run pre-roll ads. That is the smallest number that I can run in order to get them to not do pre-rolls. Because that is their official policy. Because they are annoying like that. And by annoying, I mean trying to make money. Because running websites can get expensive. But, you know, Amazon bad. Or whatever. Alright, they go down. Oh, I popped an attack boost, so I can't do the sprint boost. This is fine. I can't cast Stone to Flesh, so we gotta find the solve anyway. Let's just spam our targeting button to see what we can see. Alright. I did not see the thingy at all. Oh, there it is. Excellent. I was like, I didn't see it. Did we miss it? Nope. We just not gotten to it yet. Salve. Gonna hotkey that. Yep. And off we go. So yeah, you can actually make this quest much faster if you either bring scrolls or you're a class that can cast Stone to Flesh. You can skip that whole section and just come straight here and start unstoning people. Could you stop running around like crazy so I can actually cleave you properly? There we go. Thank you. Now we're just going to discover doors. You know, because discovering doors gives you bonus XP. And it's really, really easy if you have True Seeing. Oh, and we'll do a drive-by headbutting. Oh, that's right. There is that scepter that does it too. I'll be honest. I have not paid enough attention in order to like actually bother with it. So one downside of having such big crits is that it just feels like all of your... Hello, Tulsamar. Thank you for the raid. I did not get a raid announcement or anything because I am out of practice and my setup is I guess I don't have my alerts set up correctly, because there was an issue I had at one point where like I could hear them but people watching couldn't, and then I made changes and then it was the other way around where like instead of like everyone noticing, it was like just me that could hear them. So we will see what needs to be done. Okay, so we have reverted to the stream hears it, but not me, which is not great from a me being aware that people have raided me standpoint. I did. She is snoozing because it is late. Also, because, you know, I don't know when the last time you saw me stream is, because before like 2 days ago it had been 2 months, and I haven't been doing it regularly at all. But if it was like a year ago, I didn't just add the dog camera, I added the dog. I'd like to say, oh, she's a rescue, and I suppose if you really want to squint hard, you could say that, but she was rescued from going to Germany with my mom. They were going over there, they had 3 dogs, one of them went with them, one of them went with me, and the last was old enough that they were probably not going to do too well on the trip over, so they were unfortunately put down. So she did have a bit of an adjustment period, because when she first got here, she had gone from a 3-dog household to a 1-dog household. So that's always a stressful time that she didn't have friends around her anymore. But she is adopted well, and she's very cute, and she's just there sleeping. And I don't know if you can see because of the edge of the bed there, but she does have her paw over her face because that's just how she sleeps a lot of the time. Yep, and she melts. But yes, we are dragon lording. How old? She's 10. She'll be 11 in August, I think. So yeah. Yeah, we are talking about you. You're very cute. Okay. All right. I think that just about does it for the 12s that we would want to hit. Like, we're going to run Titan Awakes. No. We didn't flag for Sands because we skipped Chains of Flame because we are melee, and that sucks to run. Not going to run Cursed Crypt, not flagged for it. Could do Relic, but no. I guess we just head directly to 13s. Okay, it's 2 plus Pally times 3. So, if you have enough Charisma, it's 8 to all saves. Which is nothing to sneeze at. Alright. I'm going to grab these quests, but I also ran out of bag space. So we're going to go purge the bags. And head into an attack on Sunkerfield. Who doesn't like to stay in that room for long? Oh. Up we get. Hello. How you doing? Did you want attention? Okay. Ah, okay. But no, she's very attached. She'll like chill with me. Okay. You clearly need to go out. Okay. I'm going to hit the add button while we go take the pooch out. So thank you for the raid. Feel free to, get yourself a drink and stand up and stretch and all that while I do the same and let the dog out. And hopefully the ads are properly removing pre-rolls, because that is apparently a thing that needs to be done. So I will see you on the other side in, a minute or two. Come on, let's go out. It is 11 at night. We cannot go out and play. It is 11 at night. Okay. I will roll it down the hallway for you once, okay? Oh, yes. You are very good. You're very good and very cute. Very good. Yes, you are. Alright, here we go. There you go. All top here. Well, look, it is 11 p.m. here because I am on the east coast of the U.S. we're not going to go outside and have her, like, barking, playing ball at 11 p.m. I would like to continue living and not have my neighbors, you know, murder me. I mean, I want to be polite. Politeness is what really matters here. It's not a matter of just worried about consequences. If I'm taking a moral stand, yes, that is the correct thing. Yes, obviously. But no, she normally at this time of night, she just wants a little bit of attention. It's just like, here, interact with me briefly. It's like, okay. And then she wants to be tucked in, which is why she is now tucked in. Oh, a lot faster at like being let out. Yeah, if she comes to me and wants to go out, it's because she needs to go out. And she will literally just like, I open the door, she walks to the nearest patch of grass, pees, and comes back inside. She's not much of an explorer in that regard. She's just like, nope, I'm here to do, I have something specific to do, and I shall do it. And so she does. It's very convenient. Just loves to just wander around. Oh no, don't get me wrong. She loves to be active and everything, and she loves to run, but if she's just looking to go out, she just wants to go out. And this is something that I found it took me actually a little bit after I first inherited, took possession of, after I first started looking after her, is that I didn't really know, like, how many times do you need to walk a dog a day? It's not because I was completely unfamiliar with dogs. It's just that growing up, we didn't walk the dogs. We were not in the suburbs. We were in the country. And so we didn't walk the dog. We didn't take the dog out. You just let the dog out. And they might be out for a bit. So when I first got her, like, sometimes I would let her out. Like, we'd go on walks a couple times a day and so on and so forth. And it's just like, okay. And eventually I figured out that she just didn't want to go on a walk. She just needed to go pee. And, like, that she would, if we didn't go through the whole rigmarole of, like, all right, let's get your harness on, let's get a leash on, etc., etc., like, if I just, like, walk out, or rather, I learned this because I was going through, like, the whole process. And what would happen is, we'd go out, like, we're going on a walk, and I'd walk out, and so, you know, we take 2 steps, she pees, and she's, like, just on the leash, and I'm, like, on the front, like, walkway thing, and I just, like, I walk out, she pees, she turns around and walks to the door and just, like, looks at me. It's like, what? I'm done. I have accomplished my goals. Did you think we were doing more? Like, it's like, I got everything I wanted. So that was a learning process. But now I have a better understanding of what her needs are. She always wants to walk and eat. Now, eating is another matter. She will very much be on board with eating all day, every day. She is what they call highly food motivated. Now, don't get me wrong. If I put the harness on and we wanted to go for a walk or run, she is totally down for that. Even if it is like later on in the evening and she's like, I'm chilling. If I got like higher energy and I wanted to go for a run, she's down. She's ready. She's a pointer. She can do that. She's like, oh, is this what we're doing? All right, let's go. Let's do it. Yeah. Oh, the crest is up there. Handy.
Alarms ring through the ship, waking the crew of the Bloodlust.
There we go. Grab crest. Oh boy, it's going to be red alerts all the way down, isn't it? Are you planning to do no more streaming? Yeah, I'm trying to get back to it a little more regularly. Probably not as regularly as the last, like, 2 days, since this is 3 days in a row. And I'm not planning on doing, like, a bunch of days in a row all the time consistently. But I did notice, particularly when I was watching back my VOD from the first one I'd done in, like, 2 months, is that, I had gotten worse at it. Like, I had a lot more dead air time, just, like, a lot of stuff that I was not on top of. And, like, my presentation was lacking. Just a lot of standard stuff that just becomes habit when you're used to it. Well, wasn't when I wasn't. So, I'm trying to get a little bit back onto things. Please crit at some point. Okay. But yeah, I'm planning on doing it a little more regularly. I haven't figured out exactly how much, but definitely more than I have been, which was like once every 2 months or so. Let's see, what do we have on? Alright, let's hope I guessed right. Because I didn't see... It's like I didn't see which one... Alright, good. I have chosen wisely. It does help when you have chatters. Like, of course, being able to chatter even when there are not chatters is also a skill to develop. And it partially might have been just the game I was on that I wasn't as familiar with, so I couldn't talk about it so much. But yeah. It's much easier to have a conversation than it is to monologue. Oh good, the crest is down here. But yes, I suppose I could do a little bit more on the planning side for that. Like, there are things you can do for that. Like, for example, having topics you want to talk about. Obviously, you're not going to come up with enough topics to do a full, like, multi-hour monologue. But if, like, there's some downtime in the game, or, like, you just want to fill time at some point, yes, I have enough intelligence to open the hatches. That is how I escaped. Ah, interesting. You might have tried them before I opened them. But yeah, so DDO is a little bit easier for me to talk about because it's well, I've got a lot of hours in it. I've got I guess I can brag a little bit. I've got a decent amount of knowledge on it. Any other variety games? So let's see. So 2 days ago, I went really old school with Heroes of Might and Magic 3. So that was 2 days ago. And then yesterday, I did Slay the Spire. I have not made plans for what else to stream. But I am planning on doing more variety. The second save spot in Tavern Brawl. I wasn't aware that... I'm not even sure I know a first save spot in Tavern Brawl, to be honest. I don't run Tavern Brawl that much. Tavern Brawl is one of those things that, like, I very rarely run while leveling, and then just occasionally I get in a group that's like, hey, we're gonna do High Reaper Tavern Brawl. Prepare to get absolutely annihilated by the big force damage attack. Which you can definitely tank as a tank, but it hurts. Watch my fault to learn one. What do we mean by a safe spot, though? Like, obviously you still need to kill things. Is it just like an evade spot? Like you stand up there and nothing can get to you and you just shoot things? As long as I'm ahead of him, I don't have to deal with mines. There we go. Okay. And since I'm pretty sure they removed the ability to do the thing where you just, like, use that, we have to actually grab the charges. And then, if we're fast enough, we can get back up before they break the stairs. Charges. Actually, I can swap to these because my current ones only have like the shocking blow on them. So I'll take the extra physical sheltering and the extra strength and the intimidate. Might as well. Plus they have Mythic 1. Fortis can't burst you to death. Oh. So so it's safe from his big force burst. Neat. I might have to look into that later. In between, you know, my, obviously, if I'm going to be streaming again, I need to multi-stream to TikTok too. So once I get my TikTok set up and everything else, I'm not streaming to TikTok. But I am actually multi-streaming to YouTube. Why? I'm not sure. Like, it doesn't seem to do anything, but I figure I might as well. It does archive VODs automatically, so there's that, which is something it has over Twitch. This 1 minute stream on No, TikTok actually has streaming. Like, that is a thing you can do. You can live stream on TikTok. Like, I wasn't just kidding. Like, that is a thing that people do. It is not a thing that I plan to do, but it is definitely a thing that you can do. Heck, I think Instagram has live streaming as well. Like, all of the, like, micro-blogging sites have it. In fact, there was a thing, a while back with Twitch's, like, terms of service, where, like, you couldn't multi-stream to basically people they considered competitors. So that would be, like, YouTube and stuff. But you could multi-stream to people who basically they didn't think of as competitors, which was like the microblogging sites, like your TikToks, your Instagrams, and those. So I found that was interesting. I'm just gonna ignore these guys. And this is one reason why I took the extra feats to get Spring Attack. Twitch is very much not Stream King, actually. That really depends on where you are. YouTube is so much bigger than Twitch for basically everything, and that includes streaming. Now, if you want to say specifically video game streaming, you might have a better argument. But this is something that surprised me as well, which is that, and also like in other countries, like Twitch doesn't have the same sort of saturation in certain other locales. And like YouTube is bigger, or Facebook Live is actually bigger in some countries as well, but I forget which ones. I think Facebook Live is big in India, maybe. It hasn't been super relevant to me because one, I'm not streaming at a good time for international audiences in those places, and two, it's not really something I've tried to do. Man, I wish I had better balance. That knockdown lasted way longer than I thought it would. In any case, you know, I might actually be wrong on this now that I think about it. Twitch might still be in the lead, but as far as general content, obviously YouTube wins. But let me Google this and ask Alphabet if their product or a competitor's is better. Yeah, YouTube does a really bad job of promoting streams. Or it did. It used to do a really bad job of it. It still does a bad job of it, but not as bad as it was. And it also matters about your usage patterns. Like, YouTube has, especially in the last, like, month or two, it has been pushing more live content to me, whereas before it didn't almost at all. And also, yes, Twitch is still a much, much better streaming experience. Plugins, how chat works, how raids and stuff work. Like, YouTube didn't add raids until, like, within the last year or so, and even then I'm not sure how they work. Or even if they work, for that matter. Alright, now our shout is actually useful. Yeah, raids are basically one of those things that like everyone wins. It's like the person that you raid gets, you know, gets people to see their content. The person who does the raiding, well, they get exposed to the community of whoever it is they raided, in theory. Like, this is one of those things that, in theory, just helps everyone. That was like 3 or 4 Reapers in there. Actually, let's take out these. And I've been hypnotized and danced. And I don't have my Harper pin? Danced again. Being like just repeatedly danced while this Fear Reaper stacks stuff on me is not the best. It's okay. Once we're out of combat, I'll pop a big heal. Oh, no, this is just R1. Like, it makes no sense that they landed that many on me or that we got that many Reapers in the first place. Like, this is just R1. That is not, we're running high difficulty. That is, we got unlucky on that particular pull. There we go. Crowd control. Yay! Because that guy's orange name, not red name, so he's not immune. Alright, so we're just going to hit this. I don't know what you mean by fire gloves. Is that like fingerprints? The second biggest. Vaughn gloves that activate. Oh, right. I have a set of those. I've never quite found a use for them. But I guess they can break down doors that require fire and do the fire tents optional here as well. How many more heals do I have? 2? 2 should be enough. Are you anywhere near completionist? No. Like, if we're counting completionist as, like, triple class lives as well, absolutely not. Now, racial completionist, I'm getting closer. I think I have 3 more races after half orc. But I still have a bunch of iconics left. I still have a bunch of class lives left. But I am getting close on specifically, not all completionist, but the but racial completionist. Yes, I'm getting closer. Though I have been spending my time split more across games and other stuff recently, so I haven't been hard grinding DDO as much. So close is relative, because, you know, we're still talking hundreds of hours left. It's just that it's hundreds of hours left in a thousands of hours sort of feat, shall we say. Off we go. I have never figured out what causes them to spawn versus not, because sometimes that one spawns, sometimes the one right after the cook spawns. I mean, I'm the way... See, this is what happens when you don't stream for a while. You get tongue-tied more easily. So the way I'm doing it is that I've been alternating back and forth between racials and iconics, because I farm out my tokens of the 12 on iconics, and then once I have enough to do like 3 lives, well, I do racials. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, interesting. See, I didn't know that. So apparently it's because of the optionals. It's like, if you light the tents, then you get the first one, and destroying all the boxes. Hi. There we go. Which one? This one? Nope. Lucky sevens. Yeah. No, like, I knew that if you did kill them, then they didn't show up in the end fight, but I didn't know what made them spawn earlier. Ah, poisoning the drinking water. Excellent. we go. 2, 3, 4, 5.
The lights on the floor go out.
Boom. 30K.
Cutting off further reinforcements from Droam. Your mission is a success. The few remaining stragglers pose no
All right.
threat to Cedric.
I was going to say what other 13s are there, but it is 11:30, which means I don't want to start a new chain. So let's see, who we got? Who do we have? Who else? Who is here? Let's see. We have at least one which is not playing DDO. They're playing Dungeons and Dragons online. Mired? Oh yeah, there's Mired and Illusion. Let's see. I haven't seen this one before, so let's go for Warhammer Actual.
I think that's for Reaver's Refuge crafting.
So,
Probably not for-
I don't know who they are, but they seem...
Okay.
Let's see. Do. Okay, yeah, let's go for them.
You can double-click the item in your reincarnation.
They seem to be mostly just chilling. Oh, and this Trying guy, yeah. Nimbin doesn't need my viewers. He's already got like 12 of his own or something. So yeah, let's go ahead and raid them. We'll see how well that goes. Where is the raid button? Raid button! And yeah, there is this Trian guy. Who is this guy? I haven't seen him around like ever. But yes, Nimbin, yes, Tolsma, thank you for the raid. Thank you for stopping by, hanging out, and chatting. I don't know when I'll be back. As I said, I haven't figured out an exact schedule, but a little bit more regularly than every other month. So it won't always be DDO. In fact, it'll probably be DDO less than half the time, which is fine. Thank you all for stopping by and hanging out. And let's go see what this Warhammer Actual dude is all about. Thank you, and good night.